Yeah, good morning. This is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Just a little bit podcast about Marvin Herbert this morning. Just to put people in the picture. And I don't know why Google and YouTube have took him off, but anyway, let's have a little chat about it. I was introduced to Marvin Herbert about a year ago, from my mate Barry Henley. Barry Henley's got a scaffold firm, E&D Scaffolding. They do roofing as well, and Barry is a gentleman. I mean, everybody knows him in North London. He's a gentleman, mate. Barry does not stop talking about Marvin Herbert. Never ever slags him down. Always got a good word against him, about him. And I'll tell you a little story about Marvin, what sort of person he is, what sort of a nice person he is. Listen, we all know we say silly things. Marvin says, don't forget, Marvin's been shot 5 or 6 times. It might have affected his nut a little bit. He's a bit nutty, we know that, but come on, he does what he does. My mate Barry Henley, his nephew in Australia, had a really, really bad accident and was unable to speak, walk, or anything. Yeah, honestly, but he could see, he could blink his eyes, and he could see and he could see people that it was very interesting. And he knew, Barry knew that he liked Marvin, and he also liked me, but he liked Marvin more, and he liked the way Marvin done his podcasts, and he wanted to talk to him through. This Marvin talks to him rather than he can't talk to Marvin, but he can blink his eyes, yes and no's and all that. One for yes, 2 for no, or whatever it is, yeah. And Marvin, listen, spoke to that boy like 24 hours, nearly a day. In a day, kept speaking to that boy and brought him back to life, mate, in a way, yeah. That kid owes his life to Marvin. Marvin brought him back, yeah. Marvin's a lot of things, mate, but listen, he's a good character, mate. He's a proper man. Come on, I mean, he had a bit of a barn with Sean. He wouldn't hurt Sean. He wouldn't hurt Sean. I mean, I remember when I done he was the first person, Marvin Herbert, yeah, I ever done a podcast with. And I met him over Milton Keynes with my mate Barry Headley, and I was with another guy called Christian. Christian does KRNTV, everybody knows Christian. Christian worked with Marvin. Christian's not got a bad word against to say about Marvin. And Christian is a very, very likeable person. He works with Sean Atworth as well. I mean, come on, Sean's a nice man. Sean does everything possible he can for kids and everybody. He knows everybody, Sean, who is to know, yeah? Okay. Him and Marvin fell out, but come on, it doesn't matter if he fell out, mate. Come on, he's like Marvin. Listen, he does his podcast. He was really proud to get in 60 subscribers, and that's right hard to get. I can't even get 3,000. I mean, 60,000. I'm on about. I can't even get 3,000. I've been doing it in nearly 10 months now, 9 months, and I'm trying my hardest, and it's not easy. It's not easy. Marvin talks about himself, but he gets the right people on his channel. He's trying to help kids out. And we know he talks about himself a lot. We know that he does things he shouldn't be saying and this, that and the other. But come on, he's trying. Don't forget, I just said a minute ago that he's been shot 6 times, yeah? Listen, you don't know, being shot in the head ain't a good thing. I don't know nothing about being shot in the head. But he's been shot everywhere, yeah? And it shot him up, as I say, yeah? And I don't know how it's affected him, but he's still going forward. He's still trying, and he's still going forward. Don't take that away from him. Come on, let's get him back on again. Don't take that away from him. You know what I mean? He comes in, he goes every day on the podcast. Twice a day sometimes. Listen, some people like that. Some people like it. Listen, my information I've got is about me, yeah? It's about me and my life. That's why I'm doing a book, because I've got a big, big story to tell. Everybody out there's got to read the book. It's fantastic, but Marvin Marvin Herbert has got big stories too. Marvin Herbert talks to lots of people. Listen, there's a big company called Lad Bible, yeah? Lad Bible is one of the biggest companies that do podcasts. I think they're the biggest, actually. They got hold of Marvin to do a podcast with them about his life story. Now, do you really think a big company like Lad Bible, big company, the biggest company on YouTube, would get hold of Marvin Herbert to get him to do a life story if he wasn't someone? If they thought, nah, these guys is too much. Listen, he's got nearly 3 million viewers on that Lad Bible. 3 million, not 3,000, 3 million. Lad Bible, check it out. Check it out. Lad Bible's a big company, mate. They ain't going to talk to Marvin. They ain't going to talk to Marvin if they didn't think it was worth their while and people wouldn't like Marvin. Come on, he tells a story about his life and he's helping people out. He's helping kids out to get jobs. Why take that away? Come on, Sean don't mean what he says. Sean, listen, if someone comes around your property to bash you up, right? He either comes around your property, smashes the door down, and he bashes you up. He don't say on YouTube, on Google, I'm going to come around your house and bash you up. He doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. It's just how he is. It's just his personality. His personality. He can't, come on. Look, we've got to stand behind him. I mean, Christian, KON TV, worked with Marvin for a long time. Listen, it's not about Marvin. Marvin might not have paid Christian anything to do it. I mean, to have Christian do anything to do with your podcast or any interview Christian does is really 110% professional. He is a professional podcaster. He puts everything into it, yeah? He's got everything you possibly need, he's got it. It's the same as Sean. Sean's got everything you need. Sean's got all the proper equipment. So I was KON TV. Maybe not Marvin. Maybe not Marvin's got it. Maybe Marvin's got the same as me. A phone. But it is nice to get all the tripods, the cameras and all that. That's professional and KON TV does it. And the same as Marvin does it. And the same as Lad Bible. Lad Bible is more of a what you call it? It's a film, really. It's like a film. They do all cameras and all that. They do it absolutely properly. I mean, they was talking to me, Lad Bible, but I think Marvin slipped in behind my back. But come on, we all do them silly things. Marvin, listen, I like Marvin Herbert, even though he talks about himself a lot. He talks gangsterism because he was an ex-gangster. Come on, he was involved with big criminality in Spain, and he was involved with some heavy people. But listen to his stories. He's not trying to make himself big-time Charlie Potatoes. What he's trying to do is tell kids what he's done in his life. And look where he's ended up, being shot. Nothing. He hasn't got anything, Marvin. He hasn't got millions of pounds. He's been robbed of lots of money, yeah? But he hasn't got millions of pounds. Everybody, listen, most people who do these podcasts about their life, want something out of it. We don't do it for nothing. We get a little bit of money from YouTube. We get a little bit of money from Google. I don't get nothing from them. Nothing really. But what I'm trying to do is get it so everybody's on my podcast takes my book. I want my book to go on in life. I want to get a series. I want to get Netflix. I want to do a film. My book, listen, my life is massive. No one out there, and I mean that, no one out there has got a story like me. Mine's from a kid. Mine's from a kid being abused, molested as a child. Goes right through to the very end, yeah? Where I used to work at the biggest company in England, yeah? It goes all through all that. It goes through everything until now. It's going to be 2 books. It can't be 1 book. It's too much. It's too much for one book, you know. It spoil it, you know what I mean? It just spoil the book, you know. But I'd love to do a film on Netflix or proper film, you know what I mean? But forget about me. It's about Marvin Herbert, yeah. Come on, let's get Marvin Herbert back on YouTube, back on Google. He deserves it, mate, for what he's put in. Listen, please, to get 60,000 subscribers, you got to be near getting, I mean, you got to be something special. My mate Christian, he's got nearly 16,000. I know that he helped Marvin get what he got, and perhaps if Christian had been without Marvin, perhaps Christian would have been doing 60,000 subscribers now. But he isn't. He's getting up there. He's going to get there. He's going to get there, Christian. Christian is going to be one of the top. And my mate Paul. There's another guy called Paul. He does a big podcast. The guy's got a big beard. He's a muscular guy. He travels all around the country doing podcasts with people. You know, he's a gentleman. He done a podcast on me, but he hasn't released it yet. It's going to be released one day, maybe. You know what I mean? But I mean, come on. I mean, I do podcasts every day, as much as possible, as much as I can do, yeah. But I don't want to say too much about me, my life, because I've got a book coming on, yeah. I don't want to ruin it, you know. Obviously, a book's better, but I don't want to ruin what I'm saying. But come on. I mean, I talked to my mate Barry Hadley this morning, yeah. Henley. I keep saying Hadley because it's my mate, sorry. But I'm talking about my mate Barry Hadley. I'm not Henley. Sorry, so I've got it in front of me. Henley, I'm a bit punchy, you know. Too many punches. 2:30 in the morning. I've got to go out in a minute and have a workout. And you know, like my mate Barry Henley there. He's the nicest geezer you could ever meet. He's got a beautiful company. Do you know what I mean? And E&D Scaffolding and Roofing Company. And he puts a lot into it, Barry. But every day, he sees Marvin. They go for dinner, they go for breakfast, and they chat. You know, and listen, my mate Barry would not speak to an idiot. Everybody knows who he is, Barry. Barry's a proper man. He's got a proper company. He works hard. He works 7 days a week. You know what I mean? He baths 24/7. He always looks at my videos in the bath. I don't know why he does that, but he does. Something not right there, but still. Anyway, he's a nice man. Nice man. Please remember his company, E&D Scaffolding Roofing Limited Company. You know, he's a gentleman. But please try and get Marvin back on. The kids need him, you know. Come on, he went to football matches with kids. You know, he's done so much for kids. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot to go and speak to kids. Kids are kids. You know, kids don't really want to listen to us, you know what I mean? But Marvin goes on speeches, goes to big halls and talks to police officers, you know, talks to kids, talks to police officers and talks to kids to try and better their lives. So what, you want to take him off of podcasts for that? You want to take him for Google? You want to take him off of YouTube for that? Talks to kids and to police officers to get kids off the streets with knives and guns. Them people we need. We need them people on our podcast to stop kids carrying knives and to stop kids shooting people and stabbing people to death. We need Marvin Herbert. No matter what he does, shouts his mouth about and this, that and the other. Listen, I take the piss out of Marvin 24/7 on my podcast, the way he walks, doing all this, that and the other. But I do it for his publicity. I want him to get him forward because he's good for kids. He's good for sorry about swearing, he's good for kids. Come on, YouTube. Put him back on. Put him back on. Sean Atworth, he knows that he's good for what he does, Marvin. Sean Atworth is one of the top podcasters, you know. Like James English, I've got his name right for the first time. James English, he's interviewed Marvin. Do you think he would interview Marvin if he thought Marvin was some sort of a bad person? No. Everybody that's interviewed Marvin hasn't really run Marvin down. You know, okay, listen, the idea of going on the podcast is to talk about your life. That's what it's about. But he also does it when he's interviewing someone else, talks about his life. But that's it. That's it. How do you know it ain't the bullet we put in his head that's made him a bit dodgy? Mind you, I think he was a bit dodgy before. Yeah, I think he was a little bit dodgy before. But come on, please, put him back on Google, back on YouTube. People are going to say, I want you to comment on it. Come back to me, comment. It isn't about he talks about himself. It's about he's helping kids out. It's about he's talking to the police. Like Terry Ellis. My mate Terry Ellis. Exactly the same. Terry Ellis talks to police to try and help kids. No one's took him off of YouTube. Terry Ellis. But Terry, mind you, Terry Ellis is different, get the fish all together. You know, Terry Ellis is a proper nice guy. He's in for the kids. He's in for knife crime, guns crime, any sort of crime that's against humans. Come on, we've got to help. I'm against it, mate. Listen, I was one of the worst people to ever be involved. Me as an enforcer and getting involved with hurting people, that was my life, yeah? But come on, I'm finished with that now. Finished, all done with. I'm an IPP. I don't want to go back in prison. I want to help. I'm finished with all that crap, you know. But it's not about me. It's not about Terry Ellis. It's not about other people. It's about Marvin Herbert, yeah? It's about Marvin Herbert. Please, let's get him back online, yeah? Let's get him back on YouTube. Let's get him back on Google. Sean, please, let's get him back. Christian, let's get him back on, mate. You know, he's a good man. He's a good man. Listen, he is what he is. He isn't going to change his personality. It's there. We've got to accept that, yeah? Everybody accepts it. But people like the way he is. People like to hear people run him down. They love that. So let's get him back on YouTube and Google, please. Anyway, this is Bang Bang Ray Hill. Please like and subscribe. I know I've gone on a bit about Marvin, but I want him back on. Yeah, please help him out. Yeah. Say have a nice day. It looks like it's going to rain all day. Hopefully not, because I'm going to do a bit of a workout myself. So please stand by him, please. And Sean, mate, come, mate, wipe him out a bit and just let him go back on. All right, come on, Christian, help him out as much as you can, mate. I know you will. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.